Okay. So the biggest thing you guys already know with Asian fusion is like big contrasts, and things are like really, really short and other things are really, really long. And if we were going to do a Bichon head on him, we would blend his ears in. But I found a really, really cute photo the other day. I was thinking about doing for his head, because it'll make his ears short, but they'll still grow out so I can show him again in September. Look how cute that is.
I saw that the other day.
Isn't it adorable?
I saw that.
You want to try that today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, so we're going to do that today, because I think that's really cute. And I haven't tried it before, so it'll be fun for me too. But the biggest thing when you're trying to do their feet, because you're trying to leave their feet big at the bottom, is when you do the foot pads, only do right here. And then when you pull all of this stuff down like that, see, you still end up with some extra hair. Try not to take all that out, because then you lose it on the front. So you'll lose your big round foot. So try to only take like right there in the pads of the feet. That's the big thing with that. Especially if you really want to grow it into like that big long poof thing. I mean, I know most clients don't keep up with it, but if you want to do it on your own dog or anything like that, if you're looking to grow out that big foot, that big long foot at the bottom, especially with a poodle because they've got little tiny tight feet, if you forget and take all that off, you'll lose that whole foot. So the only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to take off the back of his neck, because that's what takes the longest to grow for showing. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take his body nice and tight. Have you guys seen that little thing? They call it I think maybe we could try that today too, because we can always shave it off if we don't like it. They call it the little diaper butt. Have you seen the little diaper butt? One of y'all bring me a picture of that. Let's try it. It's really cute. I mean, I don't think I'd leave it on my dog, but a lot of people seem to like it. And I'm pretty sure we could do it.
The whole bubble, right?
Yeah, like the bubble butt. They're calling it the diaper butt thing. I don't know. Let's try it. It'll be fun. And Larry can cut it out if it's terrible. But I want to take a look at it, because I think it would be very similar to doing like the English saddle, where it's just that, and then we just make it round, would be my thought. So usually what I do is I just clean out right in front of the eye. Yeah, but more, we can tighten it up some. But yeah, like they're doing that, and then they're like putting like a little bow or a flower, and it's like butt cheeks. That dog looks like it's wearing a bikini with like the whole butt cheeks hanging out. That's so funny. We could do that too. That'll be fun, because I can always shave it off.
Right.
And then, you know, depending upon what you're doing this muzzle on, particularly with white dogs, you definitely want to shave the little lips right in the front, right here, just underneath the nose. And clean that out. And one of the biggest things when you're doing your prep work, a lot of people like, how do you get the round muzzle? How do you get the round muzzle? Well, when you blow dry this, you should be blow drying it up this way. And if you can't do it with your force dryer because the dog doesn't like it or whatever, you need one of those little small, little tiny force dryers or a handheld dryer. When you dry, you should be brushing up and pushing it up that way so it stays standing up. If anything you want to go a certain direction, you should be blow drying it in that direction and combing and brushing at the same time. If you let it dry curly and then try to refluff it and do all of that, then it's not going to do what you want it to do. You're not going to get that look. All right, I don't think I necessarily want to do a 10 on him. I don't think I want it that short.
I mean, maybe put like a...
Yeah, very similar, but then you just like kind of cut it off there. This one, like they're splitting the butt cheeks, but some of them that's just like the whole little bubble butt, you know. Let's try it. That'll be fun. I think I'm going to do like, I think I'm just going to do like a 7 on him because I don't think I want to do a 10. He doesn't need to be that short. It's going to be a huge change. All right, and I need a plug over here somewhere, Bree.
You can unplug this long one that's attached to all my stuff. Everything on my end is charged, or I don't know.
This way? All this crapola?
Yep.
That works. All right.
Kind of pull back to when I picked up Mello, or that I went to Artero in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And one of their Asian fusion dogs had like a big rear end.
Like a big boot, like the beat booty.
I think it was just a big circle.
So the other thing when you're doing the head is you have to make sure that your chin is really short. Excuse me. Turn that off for now. And I know a lot of people that do Asian fusion. They scissor this and they say, oh, don't do it with a clipper or whatever. But the reason they say that is because a lot of people, when they come up underneath the chin with the clipper, they come around the side instead of just coming straight up like that and only taking off the bottom. So if you're gonna use a clipper under there, you can, but you just have to make sure you don't curl up around the side of the dog's cheek and take that little mustache. Yep. You can take all that out of the way. I don't either. Exactly. When you're in the shop, you want shortcuts, you know. So we're gonna take off his whole body except for his butt right now. Basically to the top of the shoulder and around. And he's gonna feel so much better because it is getting hot here in Florida right now. And he has had enough of all this hair. So I'm gonna just take off his top line, basically right to in front of where we wanna make this little diapery deal. That's what they've been calling it. I don't know if that's what they're still calling it, but. Yeah, it's really not. I mean, I would probably call it like bubble butt, but you know, that's not exactly flattering either though, so. Yeah, so. But I mean, literally Asian fusion is really all just about contrast. You could even do some of those like this, you know, some of these more old-fashioned poodle trims. And then just, I mean, I've seen in some of the books where they leave it like this. And I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. But again, if you did this and that and then scissored the edges, that's technically Asian fusion. You know, and make the cute little round head. You could even leave him like he is. There's just so many fun variations that you can do with it and that you can do with it. I mean, look how skinny he is under here. He's got a good weight. I mean, he's not... But there's just so much hair and there's so much fun things you can do with the Asian fusion, and you can modify how long the legs are if it's a client dog to whatever they can keep up with. I'm going to take out his whole chest and underneath here. He's like, whatever. He's so used to all this. But I mean, you could literally like, you know, scissor that in and be like, boom, it's Asian fusion. Look how cute it is. But we're not gonna do that. I like him to look like he has a neck, so we're gonna come across the front of the shoulder here. And just kind of do that little like what we used to call the old-fashioned poodle lamb trim that everybody now cringes about. That's now, I think, probably considered Asian fusion. And I think, you know, all of these styles, they all come from things like that. You know, everything gets modified and changed into something else. But so you can see, if you left it like this and grew it, you could have the big, long, floofy legs. All you'd have to do is just keep letting that grow and then just keep scissor around the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, and then we can do like this, and we can make like a line. This is kind of fun stuff. We can make a line right here, like we're gonna do an English saddle, and just come right across here like that. And this is what's gonna make us our little diaper butt. So basically you would find the line where the top of the thigh comes, and then just scissor right around like that. Or you can make a little line with your clipper, just as literally like if you were gonna do a saddle trim. And then all you do is just tidy up around the edges and make it round. It's just got so much hair, dude.
It's like, you did this to me.
You did it, Mom. You made me grow out for this class. So then I think I would probably just, I mean, this stuff, if you know basic breed grooming, all of this stuff can be modified and turned into some kind of Asian fusion. So we'll like pretend like this is a Bichon butt, and you can make this round. So basically this is a Bichon butt with an English saddle line, and that's how you make the cute little diaper butt. It's all about just setting your lines and then trimming it in. And then again with this part, you could let this grow out so it would match that and just leave it all long and fluffy. Or you can scissor it in and turn it into something else. I don't know if y'all watched the Asian fusion one I did on the Cocker Spaniel, but that was kind of fun too. That's on my YouTube channel as well. I had a couple people make comments, "Oh my God, I can't believe you cut all the hair off that Cocker Spaniel." I'm like, that's what the breeder wants. That's the condition of me using her dogs, is I send them back looking like beagles. Yeah, literally, that's what she tells me. It has to look like a beagle when it comes home, or I'm not loaning them to you anymore. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. So then I guess this would be kind of, you know, and that's a fun part. Like, you can guess with a lot of this Asian fusion stuff. Everybody's like, oh, you got to do it a certain way, and it's supposed to be like this, and it's supposed to be like that. And I think that's nonsense, because this is all made up and fun. So I believe you can, you know, pretty much make it however you want it to be. You can make this be big and floofy butt like this, or you can make it smaller and tighter, so your customer doesn't have so much to brush. It really just depends on who you're doing it for. If you're doing it for yourself and you know you can bathe and dry and keep all of this stuff up every week, then do whatever you want. Keep it as long as you want. That's throwing me off in the back here, though. I'm not sure what to do with that. Plus he has his little testicles because he's a show dog, so we don't want to. That's kind of cute and fun. Let's get some of this hair out of the way because there's so much of it, sir. I thought about when I first started growing him out, I'm like, oh, I should probably give him that grow hair supplement. And then he started growing. I was like, no, he's going to be like 20 miles long if I do that. So the big thing when you're trying to do round stuff like this and you have a lot of hair is you have to just keep going back and fluffing it out, especially when you have really thick coat like this. But I have a feeling if Bree was doing this, there would end up like a big feather like right there, like hanging off the butt.
I ordered tinsel.
Oh, did you really?
Just talking about wanting tinsel. That sounds like.
Hey, good. That's fun. You gotta keep things interesting.
It's become a thing at the beach now.
Really?
When somebody sees another dog with it, they go, fluffy cuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
She's like made it a thing.
good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
there is nothing wrong with that.
My feather at fluffy cuts too.
That is, that is good for business. But I mean, I literally just, in my mind, I just pretended that this was kind of a big poofy Bichon butt. And then I made the line for the English saddle. But there's just so many fun variations of all of this stuff that you can do with it, that I think it's a fun thing. Yes, like little stuffed animals. He doesn't want to talk to you. You can go see him when we're done. And the one thing that when I first started looking at Asian fusion stuff and I started buying the books and everything, that I didn't particularly care for, and it's only because my eye was not trained to look at it, was the unfinished stuff. Or the stuff like this that makes them look higher in the rear and shorter in the front, because conformationally for a poodle breeder, that's like, ooh. It was like eye twitch, you know, it's like, oh, because he has a very level top line, but with that sticking up on his butt, he looks like this, right. You know? So that was hard for me to get past, to kind of, you know, figure out that I think it's cute and have fun with it, because I was like, oh, that's ugly. No, 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 no. And it was just my breeder eye telling me that the dog didn't look conformationally correct. So that's what was kind of throwing me off. So I didn't do a lot of this for a very long time because it gave me the weird eye twitch thing. I was like, oh no, that's just wrong. But I've gotten used to looking at it now, and I think it's kind of fun. And this is all stuff that I can trim off and fix so I can show him in, what are we in, May, June, July, August, September. I've got 4 months. So no matter what we do today, as long as I don't take off his hocks and off the back of his neck, then he'll still be ready to show in UKC in September. So I was like, oh, I'll just grow him out and it'll be fun. So you can keep going over and over and over this, but if you do it and don't let them grow out that much and keep up with it, then it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to do all this scissoring. You'll just have to pretty much touch it up every time, reset your line and touch it up every time he comes in. And then I don't know what I would do with this tail. What do you guys think?
You either have a Bichon tail or a banded tail.
Right. There's kind of like no in between when you've got like the, so I think I would probably I think if I was going to keep him in this trim,
I do multiple bands.
I would you? That would be fun. Yeah. I can't do that because I'm going to, she would do like the multiple bands and make it, yeah.
Like
I won't,
swirl up it.
yeah. That would be fun. I'm not going to do that today, though, because I don't think it would grow out fast enough.
I don't think he would either.
But that's a good idea. So we'll definitely leave that in the video because that's a fun idea. But I think what I would do is I would probably just tidy this up back here so that it blended in more with his little diaper bum, and then I would just leave it like that. Because again, with Asian fusion, you're talking about contrast. So I would blend that, and then I would just leave this because he's going to have this big floofy tail. You know, it's really cute. And then as it got a little bit longer, you could put bows and whatnot in it to match whatever you had going on with his little diaper butt. How does that look from across the room, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I could keep scissoring it forever because he has so much damn hair. But that's the basic shape, is to create like this, just this little round on his backside.
Well, that too, if they wore a jacket or like clothes or dress, that would stick up.
Yep.
That's where the clothes stop.
That's where, yeah, and then the little skirt or whatever goes like over the top, or it stops right here. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about that.
Tutu.
Yeah,
Out
right.
there at the flank.
Yep. That's fun. Should we do that to you too, Pan?
You want to wear a dress?
Want to wear a dress? He says, I don't care as long as you pay attention to me. I really don't care. I will do whatever you
Don't wanna
want.
go outside.
Yeah. I don't want the girls to see me. So there's the little diaper butt thing. I think not bad for my first time, right?
It's like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, you